right, super exciting. Finally made it inside the 2023 All right, there we go. Some cool drag racing. So finally made it inside. There we go. We just saw him, it was like the first drag run I saw when I pulled up here. There we go. This is one body style right before mine. I'm waiting to see whether this goes on the dyno or not. Alright, Cadillac is leaving and here we go. I think the Road Runner is getting queued up to come on in. In there. I can get on the other side so I can watch the numbers.
Is that lady there?
Yes. From Puerto Rico. They come to everyone. They put their car in stores. They come.
Adam, yeah, they're supposed to be here. They do the same thing.
Normally, wherever it ends is where it starts.
Yeah.
Yes. This is our second year.
Yep, so last year.
I've been seeing it my whole life, but I never thought of it.
He's been to a bunch of power tours. Pretty cool. And he's got a little old outboard. Cool. Liable to see anything down here. There are thousands of cars down here. It is just too much to video and show. So, you know, I'm just gonna shoot a bunch and we'll see what makes it into the video. I mean, these cars are here from all over. Just such a cool variety. No disappointments at all. El Camino. Gotta love an El Ford had the rancheros. I need to see if I can find some down here. Nice big Cadillac. You know, it's always all about the muscle. I mean, it is the Hot Rod Power Tour. Finally, a Cutlass, 66 or 67. Let's go see that old, I think it's an AMC over there, with the bicycles on top. There we go, here's a cool rat rod. With the classic Schwinn banana seat bikes that we all grew up with in the 60s. This is just one of several parking lots. There's one, like 2, 3 over there, another upper one back over there. So let's see what I can see. I missed that little detail before when he had his back hatch up. Man, oh man, talk about slam to the ground. Oh, got some nice Offenhauser fin valve covers on there. Really nice job. Look at the woodwork in the bed. This is awesome. Annabelle. Thank you. Well, what a treat. I came down here last year and just missed you. But with the lawnmower carb, and I just saw your video last night. So this is the only reason I came down.
Oh, really?
So
yeah, equally is, maybe it's more dumb than the lawnmower carb. So I've done power tour and come through unscathed so many times. I feel like I'm just progressively trying to make it harder on myself. So that's this year's iteration.
Did you put it on the dyno yet?
No, I haven't. No, we'll take it for a little putt around town here.
Oh, there it is. All the way here from Iowa. All right, and it's actually the phone kept cutting off. It kept overheating.
Oh yeah,
So,
I know.
yeah.
I know what that's like.
So-
I record all my YouTube videos with an ancient 7-year-old cell phone. That if you leave it in the sun for 3 minutes, it's torched.
That's it.
Yep, and I edit everything with Windows Movie Maker. So
Okay, I'm using DaVinci, which is far more than I need, but
they discontinued Windows Movie Maker in 2012.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's ancient. So anyway.
So anyhow, I'm down here. This is me really down here with Luke, ThunderHead289. Finally got to see him. Came down here last year to try and catch him and his dad with the lawnmower car, but here we are with the what 6 feet maybe.
Yeah, it's about 6 foot tall. I don't have a good name for it. And you can't even get it in frame unless you get way back.
Yeah,
But-
or you do the dreaded vertical.
Yeah, if I start seeing it, I know I got a problem because something broke. So, yeah. But yeah, we'll see how far we can get. It's a fun science experiment, I guess.
Yeah, you had some fun names for it in the video. It was funny. I was thinking about not coming down, and then I saw the video last night. I said, "Oh, that's it." And you didn't even make a big deal. You said, "Well, driving a power tour tomorrow."
Yeah. Well, I was short on
Oh, that's
time.
it. I'm going.
I was short on time. It was, yeah, I got done editing this at 4 a.m., released it, got all my stuff together, got up at 6, and took off and hit the road. So, and here we are. So we've made it. We've had a few debacles, but nothing too serious, nothing outside
All
of
right.
our power tour.
Well, nothing you can't handle. So awesome.
I hope we stay in that scenario. I hope it doesn't become more than I can handle. So we're pretty far away from home, 1,000 miles right now.
And you're going north. Well, are you going on the whole tour?
Yep.
All right. Well, you run into trouble. 85. You're going up 85, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you in case you run into trouble. I got all the tools.
I appreciate it.
So
Yeah.
thanks for taking the time to.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, take care.
And I'll give you a shout out in the video.
Enjoy your day here on
All
Power
right.
Tour.
Thank you.
It'll ice up on the top.
Okay.
And it'll be warm down at the bottom, so it has some.
So it runs a lot different than running the lawnmower carburetor last year.
Yeah, I would say the lawnmower carb was easier to drive around town, but terrible on the highway going up the hills and stuff.
Yeah.
And this will probably be fine with all that, and it's ornery around town. So
is that fuel mixture drop? It's evaporating and removing heat. That's I was in aviation. I used to work at the place over here, and carburetor icing is a thing in aviation. In July is when it happens.
I haven't done a lot of science on it yet, really. I'm just it's kind of going to be one of those things where I'm like, I don't even have a good theory because it's so absurd. And so just kind of see how it goes and maybe reflect after the fact as to what's going on. But I'm a programmer by day, so I have a control box that kind of trims the AFR on it. And I'd be screwed if I didn't have that, because it is ornery. So it kind of keeps the AFR and the idle RPM and everything in check, so it doesn't try and run away.
Yeah, and just because of you, I got an AFR gauge. Haven't hooked it up yet, but just because of you, I said, you know, I am gonna put an O2 sensor on something I went through great pains to rip catalytic converters off.
They're real handy.
But yeah, it tells you exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, like I said, I made my own deal. So I got onto the widebands, and then throughout whatever, the whole programming tomfoolery. Let's see if I can pull up the app here. So it should auto connect. Maybe. There we go. So I mean, now I just drive down the road, and when it auto connects and the engine's running, you can see your AFR, your inches of mercury, and this is RPM up here. You can data log as you go down the road, and it'll actually trim the air-fuel ratio towards your target setting. So
yeah, and this is the way I want to do it. A lot of folks hook up laptops, and I don't know.
I like it on the phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like other stuff that people made, so I guess I made what I wanted to exist that didn't exist. So I don't know, it does pretty good. It's a good proving grounds. Power tour always is. So held up in the rain driving through Atlanta with my hood off in the rain. And my Pertronics did not, so my HI ignition coil, yeah, I had to change that. This morning it was bucking and kicking real bad, and I barely got to summit and changed it, and then it was fine. So yeah, like I just caught the torrential downpour right at the end going through Atlanta.
Were you a little bit scared coming through the tunnel?
I was looking. So,
Oh, the clearance, yeah.
I figured, I kept telling myself, like, well, semi trucks go through here, so it's got to be fine for me, right?
Not going to a McDonald's drive-thru.
No, I think it's 8 foot. It's like almost, it's just a little over 8 foot. Anyway, on play.
And there he goes. There goes Luke, ThunderHead289, off into the sunset. He's going to go catch up with his dad. That is just too cool.
He apparently parks it outside rather than drive.
All right, cool. It is a 66, so that was my my first car to make it out of the driveway. It was when I was 16 years old that my dad got from me from a guy named Charlie Galuzzi. $100, 283, barely ran. So, and that's one of my favorite colors on that. And it is a W30. There we go. This is what I loved when I was a kid, the Altereds. This was a big deal when I was a kid in the 60s. And I grew up in Connecticut, so you heard all advertisements on 77 WABC. The DJs were Harry Harrison and Dan Ingram and Bruce Morrow, and you used to hear Sunday, 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 Raceway Park, Englishtown, New Jersey. And it was just so awesome to have grown up when all that stuff was real and happening. And you can still hear it. If you just go on YouTube and Google or YouTube, look up air checks, 77 WABC air checks, and just put in a date from the late 60s, early 70s, and you will not be disappointed. There's like hours of them. I had one of these XR7. I had a 68, and I truly miss it. And it was weird. Mine was a 3-speed stick. What's this? That's a 4-speed. But it was a 3-speed, and you know, no other kind of options, you know, except for the famous sequential motor controlled taillights. Here we go. Nice CUDA. I think it's a 66. Yep. Oh, suicide door T-Bird. Hadn't seen one of these in a while. Yay, Oldsmobile. The Omega. That was their Nova. This is somewhere. I'm trying to find it, but you know, people are getting hot and tired, and here's some memories of my childhood. We were those people that had the station wagon with the luggage rack, and you just strapped your suitcases to the top, and then, you know, my sister and I bounced around and back. No seat belts. You had to be tough back then. Well, you didn't see too many of these, but I do recall seeing these as a kid. Camping was a big deal in the 70s, so you can see what's moving this along. So yeah, camping was a big deal. That's what we had, a truck camper, and everybody had a car like that. And it was actually just a better way to distribute the load by putting it right in the smack center of the car than trying to put it on the hitch. Sway bar hitches and stuff weren't all that great back then. So yeah, I saw a few. We used to spend all our summers for years and years camping, and every now and then you'd see something like this.
I put about 200 miles. I drove to work every day except for 2 days.
It's cold, it's done.
Get fired up. Yes, sir. Might as well.
Not sure what diesel is in there. I think it's a newer one. This is my favorite year of the Mustang. These fastback, the Mach 1s. Just the way the styling on these. This was the coolest looking year on these things. And then my dad's, well, he had a 4-door 57 Chevy two-tone, and it was that copper and white, so I'm not sure if it was exactly this copper, but I always did enjoy that color. That is the first car I had, 66 Chevelle, first one to make it out of the driveway. I learned on a 68 that my 68 Olds Cutlass, my grandfather wrecked a bunch and he gave it to me. I took it apart, put it back together. And then my first car to actually drive back and forth with my family up to Maine and back from Connecticut was it. And I built the engine, 16 years old, 66 Chevelle. Looks like the Luke is queued up so he can leave. And it was so great to be able to finally get to meet him, having watched his videos for so long and having a channel myself, but that is so awesome. Just so cool. So glad the weather was nice this year. The rain came in overnight and left. It's been a pleasant like 70 degrees with a nice breeze today. You know, last year 100 something. Hey.
It's a nice vehicle.
My uncle had one of these, and of course the movie car was made famous from the movie with Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino. My uncle had a 4-door, so it had a sedan, and the you know, the coupe version of this thing is just so cool looking, and it moved with a 351. I think that's a 58. Oh, kind of cool to be in here when they have the NASCAR races. This is the paddock. This is where they work on the cars. And honestly, as time goes by, I am more and more of a rat rod guy. Essentially driving drive one every day, that 83 F-150 of mine. And I might just never paint the thing. I might just leave it like it is. Who knows? People lining up to buy t-shirts and hats.
We did a motor very similar to that one with the injector system on it. We did something to bring give us some make-a-wish. And so raffle
Here we go, electric. I was so big into all this stuff a few years ago, and not anymore. Just way too much money to spend on something that battery pack is just waiting to explode. No place to charge the damn things. So yeah, I was actually gonna do this to my '66 Toronado. Damn. Thankfully, came to my senses. You know, Holly has their big high charge performance thing every year, and people go out. Hey, but a handful of cars. It's the same few YouTubers that go to that. I mean, it's actually kind of shameful. Here we go. I wanted one of these so bad in the 80s when my late wife and I had just gotten together, and they had just released this, and what a sharp looking car. Being an Oldsmobile guy, I just really wanted to have one of these.
Motor Trend to get out on the track. We're gonna have a couple more sponsors up here today, as well as some trivia to give away some shirts and some other goodies. It's been an amazing first day here at the Hot Rod Power Tour, but don't go anywhere unless you signed up to do that victory lap here at the Hot Rod Power Tour. That's right. We'll be back in a moment. Until then, we'll see you back here today.
It's low, so I gotta get low. The cool International. Not sure what that van's all about, but okay. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed today's video of the kickoff of the 2023 Power Tour shot down here at Atlanta. Looks like everybody's getting queued up here for their lap around the racetrack. It was certainly a treat to finally meet Luke, ThunderHead289, and his high-rise intake. That thing is so awesome. And he made it here from Iowa with it, so you know, special shout out to him. So please, you guys watch the videos, please subscribe, comment. I'm trying to get to 1,000 and it's taking so long. I'm just languishing in the 300, so please, 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 it's not hard. Just hit that subscribe button. Please comment, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.